Well, hello Infinity fans and welcome to my Infinity blog. Yeah, I know, it's been a while. The last video has been 7 months. Operation Flamestrike. After that I had a bit of a hiatus. So now I'm back for the end of 2016 to show you my Infinity collection. Total model count. 521 models. How many do I need to paint? Only 5. So yeah, I'm very proud of my collection. It's been 7 or 8 years of collecting, painting, and buying up second-hand models from other guys. So now I own all the factions of Infinity, and I want to show you them all. First off, let's start with the faction where I've started with Ariadna. Yeah, divided into 4 parts. The French Merovingians. As you can see, I've started the collection because of this model, the Moblo, within his foxhole, being all awesome with his HMG. Not used him that much in game, but he really looks good, so he did his part. He got Corvus Belli selling me 521 models, so yeah, you did good, buddy. You got me into the game and now I'm hooked. So yeah, the Anaconda. Trying to hold the camera as still as possible to give you a good look at all these models. The Loup-Garou, you can see here. Mostly I use the Chasseurs in my vanilla part of the army, because I mostly play vanilla, or the Caledonians, because if you want to kick someone's ass, you use Caledonians. Especially these guys, the Wolvers. Now with the Harez rules, you can have a Harez team. They're crazy good at killing stuff. You have some Galgawains. They're also really good in vanilla and in the Caledonians. Killed me, that was really good. Just these guys are like 6 points a model, and one of them got into close combat with a gecko, and the gecko was killed. So yeah. Tag killers, little tag killers. And McMurrow, awesome dog face. Here we have the US Ariadna. Yeah, my collection has grown exponentially, and I was like, well, if I start US Ariadna, I want to have another paint scheme. And I was like, well, do I use them as a mountain division or will I go SWAT? So I mixed that both up. So their armor, as you can see, is blue, but their pants and their shirts, they're all in a brown, orange, like awesome-like color. Here we have the GenCon model of the Unknown Ranger. I painted him up as Captain America. And then we have the Grunts. Yeah, US Ariadna can be crazy good. Using the new Marauders, I've proxied them a lot. The battle report on my channel has them as well as a Harez team, but now I can fully set them up with the original models. So yeah, unit of Grunts, unit of Marauders, some Foxtrots to fill it up. You have a crazy good army. But the best, in my mind, are the Russians, with the veteran Cossacks and the Spetsnaz and the tank hunters. And don't forget the best part of Ariadna, the wolves with the antipodes and the dog faces. Man, these guys are so fun. And the Spanish division, the Irmandingos. I use here some Haqqislam models that I've converted into these crazy smugglers They can go around 9 points or 8 points for smoke grenades, chain rifles, engineer, scavenger. Man, I want them all in my army all the time, doing all sorts of crazy shit. So yeah, that's the whole Ariadna collection. Yeah, so yeah, I like to play the vanilla part, the Kazakh part, add in some, grunts as inferior infiltrators to nag the opponent, get some chasseurs to lay mines and be awesome, awesome killers. Have these guys, these irregular guys, lay around with their ambushes and just take deployment, see where your opponent deploys, then take second turn, because yeah, he has to find all these camouflaged guerrilla fighters, and then on your turn you smack him with anything you got hidden. Ariadna's so crazy good to play with. Then we have our second faction, Hak-Islam. And I started with the Assassins. Because when I started Infinity, not a lot of players around. I was mostly by my own in the Tafelridder in Leiden. And I thought, well, if I want other guys to hop in on this game, I have to buy a second faction. So Hak-Islam it was, and Assassins it was. Really like the idea of these, well, new Islam protecting intellectual property and humanity from just stupid, awful people and kill them in their sleep. So yeah, crazy good. With some new additions, the Mutawiya. Man, I use Mutawiya a lot. I think they're a must in vanilla and in Assassins, just to get some board control, some 5-point models just running up, being a danger for any heavy infantry model and any model that comes too close to their chain rifles. Here we have Kapukalki, now owning almost every Link team possible except from Kaplans, because I have only one Kaplan. Scarface, which won me a local paint competition, by the way, which I'm very proud of, knowing that when I was 14 years old and started with Warhammer 40k, I painted like I want my Ultramarines, so I dipped them in blue paint. Man, did I come a long way from them. Still not the best painter around, I admit, but it's quick, it's effective, and that's the way I like it, and now I have 521 models painted. So yeah, started to mix and match some painting schemes, because I started out with a purple and white with my Hak-Islam, but now, as you can see, these guys have a more Star Wars feel. These are like motocross bikers with their blue and yellow, and the Merc part is all crazy colors. So yeah, here we have the vanilla part, which has been used a lot by me, especially the big guy in the back. If I play vanilla, I play because I want to use this big mofo, the Maghriba Guard, one of my latest additions, most expensive model by far that I bought. It's heavy. If you lose a game, you can still win it by picking this guy up and throwing it at your opponent. Man, he's so awesome. So yeah, here we have it. Hak-Islam. Yeah, if you wanna play a cheap horde-like army, Hak-Islam is for you. And it can do crazy shit like Fide, or also known as Bob the Accountant, by coming in and pretending they're one of the opponents. And oh man, I played against Hak-Islam my last game with my combined army Onyx Force, My opponent had the Azrael, and that guy just took in 8, 9 hits without wounds. Took me 11, 11 turns, 11 orders just to get one Azrael killed. So yeah, they can be heavy for cheap. Here we go to my third faction. This just started the Nomads. Like Hak Islam, they are crazy good in the fluff. Really like the fluff from the Hak Islam with the new Islam ideas, but Nomads, all being anarchists in space, and especially Bakunin. I fell in love with the fighting nuns with guns who hack in space. That's just so crazy. You need an army for that. That's what I think. So here, take a closer look. Used a bit of more 70s sci-fi vibe of paint job. Looks a lot like the original Nomad paint job, but instead of red I used more orange and more white and fixed it up with a little bit of brownish green. Here we have the Tunguska, the vanilla part, but hopefully Tunguska in the future. Mostly the support troops, the Spectres and the Interventors with the pandas, really cute, and the remotes. Especially the Lunacodes. I can wholeheartedly advise you to get one in your army. They're not a specialist, but putting them up with their crazy koalas and their heavy flamers, they can really be a Swiss army knife. Really good. And here we have the Corregidor part with another McMurrow, but this time in the colors of, well, Corregidor. I won this one because of Operation Flamestrike, as I am Commander Cabaret. Corvus Belli gave it as a prize, and I've sent it to my Nomads, to the Geckos. Nice models, and the Iguana, or Mr. Pimp, as I call him. Jaguars. That's Senior Massacre, one of my first Merc models. And now with his own Link team, it's crazy good. And the rest of the force. As you can see, I've got a lot of. I bought some second-hand models. Even some of the Corregidor are mostly second-hand. And I got a lot of jump troops from Hak Islam, and I've decided, well, you can be my Hellcats in the Nomad force. So yeah, these are the Nomads. And let's go to one of the bigger factions, but mostly a collector's faction, because I'm not that good with Yu Jing, but I like the models a lot. And the JSA, mostly grown this size because another friend sold his JSA to me with the Karakuri in front. These robots, I can highly recommend these because of them being specialists in Haris. So good. And then we have here the 4 new Domaru, which are still work in progress. So these are 4 of the 5 models that I still need to paint. Yojimbo, the idea of a samurai on a bike. And it became a very good model, so I'm very proud of him. So yeah, a lot of Gaijutsus, ninjas, new ninja for Redville. We go to the vanilla part, or the Invincible Army, or White Banner, whatever it's gonna be. Favorites here are the Yan Ho's, especially the one with the hypermagnetic cannon. That's just crazy good. Killed a lot of models of my opponents with that guy. They want him dead now. And here, my gang of Hakuto. Never will they join on the battlefield, because you can only have one. But I have them all. Also, as you can see, the first paint was mostly green bluish, but I started to turn to a more yellow, green, orange, just to mix it up a bit. We have the remotes. And then we go to ISS, the agents. Started with the agents, actually. Really like the idea of the Imperial agents. I'm also a LARPer, and in one of the LARPs I play an Imperial agent. So that got me hooked into Yujing. Here we have the crane model that needs to be painted. Still, Sun Tzu. Converted the guy, sent one of the sniper rifles to do this, and his arm with the combi rifle on Sun Tzu. Here we have crane agent, Miss Mantis, as I've called it, and some of my bounty hunters, the new Hessian, and here we have the Quan Chi. Yeah, Yujing has grown a lot because of second-hand models that I've bought from other people. Then we go to the front row. Pan Oceania! Yeah! Had a love and hate relationship with Pan Oceania, because the first time that I've painted them, really didn't like how they ended up. I used blue and silver, and it became a bit dull. So I've repainted the whole army into 3 different colors. As you can see, these are the vanilla part, a bit more of the support part with the remotes and the support crew and Fusiliers. They're more of a Swathi-like paint style. Then we have the military orders, and these guys are painted with a bronze armor and turquoise, which returns in every model, so that the whole army, the different armies still feel like a whole while having different paint schemes, and it really works nice with the bronze. As you can see, my military orders got some Magister Knights, and I really like the changes that I made in the rules with HSN 3, that the Magister Knights can go with other knights, because when you play a knights faction, you want to play knights and not just order sergeants with a few knights mixed in. But now with the Magister Knights going into other link teams, you can, well, put them with the Versen and let your army be led by a real knight. And here we have the Neo Capitoline army, which sometimes proxies as Acontecimento. Really liked how they turned out with their camouflage scheme. This tag has been repurposed because I used him in Nomads first, because it was the first tag that I owned. I liked the Dragaway, but now he returned to Pan Oceania in his full glory. And these are the most recent additions, the Ulan and the Tikbalan. Group of bolts, lots of bolts. Here's the Aleph part that can be used, the Nagas that can be used in Acontecimento, but I use them as Locust now. Crazy cheap, crazy good Auxilia with their flamer, and the big guys, Kiloguard, Swissguard. They can fire so good. So yeah, Pan Oceania. Then we go to one of my smallest factions, Aleph. Hello. in their Flash Gordon themed paint scheme. I like the VDEC. And I dropped War Machine altogether in the last few years. And another guy that played War Machine wanted my Trollbloods, and he wanted to drop his Steel Phalanx. So now I own Steel Phalanx as well because of a switch in models. And do not play a lot of LF because LF is very favorable in my meta. So other opponents play LF. And I'm always playing the things that other players don't play. But still like to own me a LF Force. Then we go to Tohaa, which I finished this summer. Mostly second-hand models. Because when I buy Tohaa, I mostly use them for my combined army as proxies. But then someone sold this Tohaa and I was like, well, it's for cheaps. But wasn't sure about how they would play because of the well, they look very complicated. They have silly names and 2 profiles because of the Symbiont army, a lot of link teams that can be mixed with other models. So I was like, is this army any good? And now that I've played them and became second in the tournament, I'm like, yes, Tohaa are great. They can dish a lot of damage, they can eat a lot of damage, and they can do a lot of specialist work very efficiently because of the mixed link teams. So I recommend Tohaa for if you got other armies already, which well play fairly the same. The Tohaa are a whole different breed, but and that's what makes them unique and fun to play. So yeah, we go to the last faction that I own. The other aliens, the danger in space that will threaten humanity, the Combined Army. Started with the Morads and grown from there. The new Morads, if you compare them to the old Morads, they turned out fairly well, fairly rugged. Very kill first, ask questions later kind of playstyle, which I really enjoy. My vanilla part ain't that big. Actually, there are 2 as of now. I've got an Achilles, but I play him as the Charontid, and the Anathematics, which really plays like the alien xenomorph from the Alien films. Just appearing and killing and being just horribly scary for your opponent. That's why I like him a lot. And in the back, 2 Shasvasti, but they're part of the Onyx Force, which you can see here. The Umbrella Gut and lots of drones. But here's my, well, very proud of these overdrawn Batroid. Originally the model comes with plasma rifles, but I replaced them for missile rocket launchers, which turned out really great. And here we have the Unitrons, which thematically I like a lot. Just combined army going to the humans, and well, we need to fight them, so I open up a vat of Unitrons, and when they're all dead, just open up another can. Because we outnumber the humans. And they're crazy good in game, especially when you have hackers, and these are REMs. You can, well, marksman level 2 them, and make, with the 5-man link team, make snipers and missile launchers shoot on a 17. Which is crazy scary. So yeah. Combined army. So yeah, that's my whole collection. Hope you enjoyed this video. I want to make tactical videos in the future. revisit some videos that I've made on the pros and cons of playing Warhammer and War Machine and Infinity, because yeah, and how to link or not link. So yeah, I'm going to make more videos in the future, more technical videos. So until then, I wish you a very good 2017 and I'll see you next time.